Ava, I'm sorry. I cheated again. I calmly stirred vegetables into the pot. Buy me a car as an apology, and we'll move on. His next words hit harder than I expected. She's pregnant. My hand froze mid-motion above the simmering broth. Well, I murmured. You might want to throw in an apartment too. Within days, my name was on the lease for a sprawling 600 square foot penthouse in the city, and a pristine white Cullinan arrived at my doorstep. Lucas, my fiancé, lived up to every expectation of a wealthy heir. This time, his mistress was Mia, a striking woman who confronted me boldly at a cafe. End things with Lucas. He's mine, she demanded, lifting her chin in defiance. While you were home alone, we kissed by the lake. He took me riding, and every night at the resort, well, you know, that's when the baby was conceived. I glanced at her barely noticeable bump. Mistresses were common, but one daring to confront me while pregnant? That was new. I leveled my gaze at her. Miss Mia, you're a bit ahead of yourself. Lucas enjoys his games, and when he tires, the consequences land with me. You've just entered the aftermath stage. Our engagement photo still graced his Instagram, and the Harry Winston ring never left his finger. Any woman chasing him now was just setting herself up. As for the child, I continued, my tone cold. We'll do a paternity test tomorrow. After the results, we'll talk compensation. Mia sprang to her feet, furious. Ava, are you even human? You treat me and my child like objects. I remained calm, serene as a still lake. If you could make Lucas own up to it, you wouldn't have been sitting here waiting for 3 hours. Her hand shook around her cup, knuckles white. Maybe it was just bad luck, she murmured, panic glinting in her eyes. Her phone rang, and she clutched it desperately. Fine. Test away. But if he's the father, you'll have to step aside. My gaze hardened. Foolish girl, easily fooled by a show. If he truly loved you, he wouldn't cheat, Mia continued. How can you stay so calm? Don't you even care? I almost laughed. Love was a naive luxury for the young. For adults, it was about leverage. I stood, straightening my coat. Since you're determined to replace me, good luck. But from now on, you won't be negotiating with me. William will handle you. Her face turned pale. William? You'd send me to him? William, Lucas's older brother, was the city's most ruthless and brilliant young CEO. He had no tolerance for anyone trying to scheme against the family. I casually listed a few of his past accidents, and Mia's defiance crumbled. Hugging her belly protectively, she finally grabbed my sleeve, desperation in her eyes. I'll negotiate with you, she whispered. I dabbed at her tears with a napkin. Wise choice. I'll ensure you're compensated fairly. In the end, a 7-figure transfer went through, and Mia disappeared. That evening, Lucas texted about a party, promising new faces. Outside the private room, I paused briefly. Inside, Lucas lounged with Rachel, his childhood friend, their flirtation obvious. He pinched her cheek. She leaned close, whispering. Mia was already forgotten. Lucas's attention was like air conditioning in summer, refreshing while it lasted, but cruelly absent when turned off. Fortunately, I was far better at cruelty than he ever could be. I entered the room, and Lucas greeted me with sugary charm, while Rachel's smile faltered as she glanced at her phone. I let his flattery slide past me, replying with calm composure. Be more careful next time. I'll handle things so your parents never know. Generous, patient, understanding, these were just masks I wore. Lucas's friends admired him, but the truth was clear. I felt nothing for him. He guided me aside to introduce someone new. 2 faces from my past emerged under the shifting neon lights. My first love, Noah, and the woman who had betrayed me. For the first time in months, my composure wavered. Zoe, clad in a scarlet dress, looked at me with contempt, her voice sharp. Memories of her cruelty flashed through me, though now they stung only briefly. I raised my glass with a smile. Ava. Lucas's fiancée, I said smoothly. Zoe turned away, irritated, but Noah accepted my toast, his voice as magnetic as ever. Lucas is fortunate to have you. Time had honed him. He was sharper, more dangerous, and less distant. Lucas chuckled. Brother Noah, jealous? Don't cling to dead branches. Let me introduce someone more fitting. Zoe bristled at the insult, but Lucas's innocent grin disguised his cutting remark. He was defending me in his own way. Noah responded calmly, his gaze lingering on me, not Zoe. I have singular tastes. New attractions may shine, but old loves can't be replaced. I pretended to check my phone, turning my attention elsewhere. Suddenly, the doors flew open, and another woman barged in, Ella. She had once shyly flirted with Lucas at a gym before vanishing with him. Now, she came at me head-on. "Ava, haven't you overstayed your welcome?" she sneered. "You're a gold digger, no family, no background. You even seduced a finance boss. Everyone knows your reputation." Gasps rippled through the crowd. For a moment, I felt shadows of the past creeping in. Ella turned sweetly to Lucas, tugging at his sleeve. "Don't be fooled. End things with her." But Lucas's smile cooled. "Have I offended you, Miss Ella? Why slander my fiancé?" She faltered, realizing she had miscalculated. Hurting me was in effect hurting him. He mouthed, "Get up," and I obeyed, but not gently. I seized her ponytail, smashing a bottle against her head. Her scream shattered the air as I straddled her, slapping her repeatedly. "For your lies, your rumors, for trying to ruin what's mine." No one dared intervene. Lucas stopped them with a single glance. Only Noah clapped. "Remarkable. Miss Ava is exceptional," he said, stepping into the light, mockery in his sharp features. "I find myself increasingly interested in you." Our eyes met across 4 years of history. I looked away first. Later, waiting by the elevator alone, Lucas never came. I laughed bitterly, dialing William. "Big brother, help me handle a woman named Ella. She's dredged up my past, the affair with Jack." Downstairs, I bought a milk tea to calm myself. A black G-Class rolled up, and Noah's face appeared at the window. "Let me drive you home," he said smoothly. I forced a polite smile. "No need. Lucas will come soon." "No," he said, lips curling. "Grace won't let him leave tonight." My eyes narrowed. Grace, an escort. Noah had planned this. Before I could react, his hand gripped my waist, pulling me into the car. The vehicle cut through city traffic, and I gripped my phone, dialing Lucas again and again. No answer. Finally, Noah's voice broke the tense silence. "I'll give Lucas a little surprise in exchange for a night with his fiancée." Fair, don't you think? The air felt heavy, stifling. I forced my breathing steady, ignoring the erratic drumming of his fingers on the console. "Ava, isn't this exhausting? Fighting over every other woman in his orbit? You could make another choice." I felt his frustration beneath his words, and perhaps an attempt to sway me. I kept my expression neutral. Lucas is handsome and wealthy. Naturally, women chase him. It only proves I have excellent taste. Noah's grip on the wheel tightened. "Stop lying to yourself. The truth is simple. He doesn't love you." I had long come to terms with the fact that Lucas didn't truly love me. Still, that didn't stop me from enjoying the life he provided. Noah's tone grew persistent. "All these years, women have thrown themselves at me too. I pushed them away, dismissed them, because none of them compared to you." I wasn't convinced Zoe was truly excluded from that none. So I responded evenly. "That's your concern, Noah. As for me, Lucas provides everything. For me and my mother, for my status and dignity. Cars, houses, $2 million in monthly pocket money. If I casually mention craving dumplings from a random street stall, he'll spend hours getting them, and sometimes throw in a Chanel necklace for fun. Where else could I get that kind of treatment?" It wasn't an exaggeration. Lucas gave more than material comfort. He made me feel valued, even loved. If only I hadn't realized that love was performative. Noah's breathing became heavier beside me. "You weren't like this before. Ambitious, independent, brilliant. You didn't need anyone." I almost laughed. Blessed with beauty and opportunity, would it not be foolish to waste them? "For someone like me," I said, "marrying into Lucas's family means security, comfort, a life without struggle. That's the best I can hope for." He remained quiet for a long time before finally whispering, carefully, "What if I told you I could offer you the same?" Noah's fortune had multiplied immensely since the boy I once knew. He could buy anything, anyone, but not me. Back then, money hadn't been why I chose him. He studied my face nervously. "Would you consider starting over with me?" I turned to him, amused, as if he had just cracked a bad joke. "Rude. I'm getting married next year." Noah smoked an entire pack before dawn and then drove me back to the city. By the time I woke around noon, Lucas still hadn't returned. He finally answered at 4 in the afternoon, another party, another gift. I video called him, pretending more interest in the present than in him. He smiled, coaxing me, reluctant to hang up. Meanwhile, messages from Noah the dog flashed across my screen. He had forced his way into my contacts last night. Annoyed, I renamed him Noah the dog. He didn't even blink, just said he was willing. Years ago, I had been his lapdog. Now the tables had turned. At 25, I couldn't sympathize with my 18-year-old self. Back then, Noah's coldness and aloofness had been irresistible to a girl from a single-parent home. I had pined through high school, finally confessing at university. He accepted, but not for love. It was for revenge on his second brother. An illegitimate child of a wealthy family, Noah had grown up humiliated, tormented by half-brothers. Our love had been born of convenience, ended when his ambitions outgrew me. When Zoe entered the picture, he was already a rising businessman, visiting the luxury store where she worked to buy gifts for clients. They had a transactional affair behind my back for months. I discovered them one day after my internship, my tears falling as I confronted him. He smoked calmly. "Ava, stop fussing. I'm under pressure. I need to relax." Zoe stepped out of the car, stockings torn, lipstick smudged, claiming she was purely transactional, indifferent to me and the future rich girl he would need to marry, Isabella. My heartbreak turned into resolve. I left first. He didn't stop me, explain, or fight for me. That was when I understood he had never loved me. For 4 years, I had been a stepping stone, running errands late at night, translating business proposals, nursing him through illness, drinking with clients when asked. The only acknowledgement I got was a cold "thank you." After we broke up, his obsession resurfaced. Messages flooded in, regret, nostalgia, excuses. I ignored him, flaunting dates with Lucas online. He still liked every photo. I deleted him, but he kept appearing at writing lessons, bartending classes, dance studios. Like a virus impossible to shake. He forced himself back into my phone, sending endless deliveries, gourmet food, jewelry, bags. I returned everything. Accepting even one gift would ruin everything I had with Lucas. Between a scoundrel and a playboy, I'd always pick the latter. Then William called, his voice sharp and commanding. Ella admitted it. She wanted your position. Someone fed her your secrets. That night, she was intentionally sent to the private room. As for Mia, she wasn't innocent either. Cosmetic surgery debt cleared with a large transfer. She had an agenda when approaching Lucas. I gripped my phone tighter. "Lucas may fool around," William continued, "but you're the one who matters. Don't let anyone come between you." I nodded firmly. Whoever these women were, they wouldn't take my sugar daddy. I texted Lucas, keeping my expression neutral. "Honey, I miss you." His reply was immediate. "Moi, moi, moi, I miss my Ava too." That evening, he took me to 8, the city's hottest club. The air was thick with smoke and sweat, dancers moving like fire. Lucas held my hand, guiding me through the throng. I intended to tease him later before heading home. But spotting Noah and Zoe soured my mood. I decided to focus on playful eye contact instead. Lucas, unprepared for my sudden boldness, leaned in during a crescendo of the music. I dodged, kissed his cheek, and pressed against him teasingly. His friends whistled. Derek laughed jeeringly. Lucas flushed a bright red, happier than I'd ever seen him. Across the room, Noah's hand slipped, spilling his drink. He adjusted his glasses to cover it, but Zoe noticed, shooting me a glare. "Slut," she hissed. Lucas bristled, ready to defend me, but Noah acted first. His hand whipped across Zoe's face, leaving a red mark. "You dare insult Miss Ava again? Forgotten your place?" His voice was low and dangerous. Zoe bit her lip, silent, aware of what his anger could bring. I knew too. I had once watched him beat a man into submission for harassing me, using anything within reach. Then slips of white paper rained from above. Lucas grinned, tugging me toward the dance floor. "Special event. When the last piece falls, you can kiss anyone you want." I froze. "Then don't leave me." He squeezed my hand. "Never." But as the paper fell, the crowd surged, his hand slipping from mine. He vanished. I stumbled in the dim light, crashing into a man's chest. A hand landed on my shoulder. My pulse spiked as my palms flew to my face. I tried to escape, but he gripped my arm, his other hand holding my neck, forcing my lips to his. The kiss was harsh, lingering, swallowing my resistance. Familiar. Too familiar. It dragged me back to that autumn night in sophomore year. Noah, drunk and broken after a failed deal, slumping on the sofa. When I tried to help, he pulled me down instead, his hand on the back of my head, his lips claiming mine with grief and hunger. Our only kiss, bitter and painful. Don't hold your breath. Breathe, Noah murmured, lips briefly leaving mine. My body jolted awake. I pushed him away forcefully. Absolutely, I could not let Lucas see this. Not like this. Scanning the room, I searched for Lucas, wanting our evening to remain innocent, a playful attempt to warm our relationship. Then I froze. Not far away, Lucas's eyes were hidden behind a voluptuous go-go dancer. She kissed him, her gaze sharp, directed at the man behind me. My heart pounded, a cold dread rising. Noah, don't tell me she's also. Before I could finish, he wrapped an arm around my waist, turning my face toward him, lips claiming mine again. Lucas loves watching Grace dance. To distract him, I spent $20,000, he said casually. My chest tightened. Why? To kiss the person I love, he replied simply. A chill ran down my spine, memories of the lengths he had gone to win deals rushing back. My voice shook. How much did you pay Chloe that day? He kissed my earlobe, a shiver running through me. Also, $20,000 to spend a night alone with you. Worth every penny. I recoiled. And Mia? A faint smirk curved his lips. Oh, you finally figured it out? Mia was drowning in debt. I gave her $300,000 and showed her how to fake a pregnancy. That day, I was at the cafe too. My body trembled violently. From the moment Noah had spotted me in William's family photo on Instagram, he had been scheming, without limits, without permission, using his power to make me his prey. I shoved him, but he had anticipated it, holding me firmly. I bit him, tasting blood, refusing to yield. When he finally released me, my mouth still stung with blood, I ran. Before Lucas could see me, I would vanish quietly. It was pointless. Derek's phone recorded every second. Noah shielded me, but the footage made any explanation impossible. Lucas could cheat freely, yet a single misstep on my part could undo everything I had carefully built. I ran anyway. Noah's message followed instantly. Don't be afraid. Come with me. I'll marry you. His words burned like fire. Lucas didn't move. By the third day, Lucas arrived with flowers and a square gift box. Just a hint of competition, and he came home willingly. I controlled my expression, careful not to reveal the truth. But his first words shattered me. Ava, I'm sorry. I only just realized how much I've hurt you. I won't be with anyone else. I've checked out of my hotel. I'm moving in. We'll have another child soon. Tears streamed down my face, uncontrollable. Not an act this time. I had lost a child once. The role of fiancé, all of Lucas's gifts, they could never replace what I had lost. Back then, Lucas pursued me relentlessly, assuming someone like me would be experienced. But I was a virgin, and my vulnerability made me whimper beneath him. He panicked, tender beyond reason, whispering soothing words. Later, he quietly got up, turned on the bathroom light, washed my underwear with disposable soap, masking the sound, drying each piece carefully. Noah would never have done that in 1,000 lifetimes. The next morning, at 8, Lucas held my hand as we crossed to the pharmacy. I swallowed the pill decisively. He handed me a bank card. I don't want to settle this with money. I want you to owe me, so you'll remember me longer. I shoved it back into his pocket, eyes red, and got into a taxi. He chased after the car, but I did not stop. Calmly, I expelled the pill I had hidden behind my teeth and blocked all of Lucas's contacts. 3 months later, we crossed paths at a hospital. My lips were pale, fragile like a broken gardenia. Lucas crouched before me, his gaze reproachful. You're still young. I couldn't trouble you, I whispered. Tears filled his eyes. But it was our baby. Maybe I would have kept it. You gave me your first, and now you've lost our child. Ava, aren't you unlucky? The child in my womb had belonged to Lucas. Though he might not have loved me, guilt ensured his protection. I stayed at his villa to recover, and he kept my pregnancy and abortion reports, promising, I'll give you a proper explanation. A week later, William arrived, clad in a smoke-gray coat. His gaze was sharp but not cruel. Only one thing mattered, the scandal with Jack. I explained. He tried to take advantage of me. I resisted, but colleagues misunderstood. I was powerless. William nodded. Innocent or not, I'll investigate thoroughly. Soon after, all negative news disappeared. Jack was exposed for sexual misconduct, and the announcement of Lucas's engagement followed. William's arranged marriage with the Foam family years ago had allowed Lucas to choose freely. From the start, I knew entering the Lucas family was easier than most. I played the virtuous fiancé, enduring various mistresses, flight attendants, dancers, internet celebrities, female bassists, handling each with tact. Lucas's brothers praised me endlessly. I thought endurance was enough. But in the end, Noah became the thorn between Lucas and me. Lucas loved playing Texas Hold'em with me. I never told him my skills were taught by Noah years ago. Noah's expertise spanned high-class and low-brow pursuits, gambling, drinking, even BDSM. Las Vegas had been his playground. I remembered him photographing me under the golden dome of the Wynn, pausing to meet my gaze through the screen, gently ruffling my hair. "Ava." Lucas urged me to move. I snapped back to reality, forgetting the previous round. A video call interrupted, a friend excitedly shouting about a DJ at Passion Club. Lucas laughed lightly. "I've been at this since I was 15. Tired of it. Late-night drinks aren't worth the soup my wife makes. Leave me be," he said firmly. At first, I thought he was acting, spurred by Noah's threat. Yet for the following month, Lucas stayed consistently by my side, posting photos of us online, flaunting our relationship. At night, he pulled me onto his lap. Unable to resist, I kissed him first. He flipped me over, kissing me with an intensity that left me floating in his arms, oblivious even to the vibrating phone on the coffee table. "Hello, this is Lucas. Need something?" I opened misty eyes. The starry glow lamp cast colorful patterns across the living room. "Who's calling at this hour?" I asked. Lucas said nothing. Instead, he traced my lips with his fingers, gently prying my teeth apart. "Be good. Suck on them properly." Then a roar came from the phone. "Let Ava answer." Lucas smiled, though his eyes didn't follow. He handed me the phone. I recognized the voice immediately. "Ignore him. Block him." His expression darkened. "I want you to tell him yourself. As long as I demonstrated loyalty, everything would be fine." I pressed speaker. "Hello, this is Ava. Please don't. Come downstairs in 5 minutes." Noah's voice cut through, harsh and commanding. "If you don't come, I'll send the video of you two kissing to everyone. I mean it." At the same time, Lucas received a crystal-clear screenshot of the living room, me and him locked in a kiss. My blood ran cold. The camera had been hidden behind the living room painting, expertly concealed. Only a technician had come to repair the TV recently. Ignoring Lucas's gloomy look, I rushed out. Not from fear, but from anger. Downstairs, Noah leaned against his Bentley, his tall silhouette framed by the night. He fumbled with a lighter, producing only empty clicks. My slap landed squarely on his cheek. "Have you lost your mind? Why ruin my life? Do you know how hard it was for me to get here? Where were you all this time? Who are you trying to impress with this show of love?" Noah turned his head, probing the inside of his cheek with his tongue, his voice edged with barely restrained fury. "You don't even like Lucas. Why serve him every day, watch his moods, marry him? Who says I don't like him? What would an outsider like you know?" I snapped. Noah straightened, wiping my lips gently, tears glinting at the corners of his eyes. "I just know, when you loved me before, you didn't wear that fake expression." Exhaustion washed over me. I wanted to end this endless entanglement. "Enough. Take me somewhere we can talk." I climbed into the passenger seat willingly. Noah stubbed out his cigarette, slammed the door, and sped off. Lucas's shouting followed behind. "Ava, stay here. Don't go with him." I glanced back, but the car jolted forward, making me lose my balance. At the hotel, Noah pulled me inside, holding his head in his hands, taking deep, painful breaths. "Ava, I'm begging you. Can't you stop yourself from marrying someone like him? Stop degrading yourself." A stack of photos was thrown before me. Lucas appeared in every image, but the women changed, young, beautiful, intimately close. Each photo bore a recent watermark, taken within the last 3 months. "If Lucas had resisted temptation even once for you, I would have let you go," Noah said. I flipped through the photos casually, as if admiring a book. "Mr. Noah, aren't you just as rotten?" Noah stiffened, slowly lifting his head. "Ava, what's happened to you? You weren't like this before." I looked at the dark clouds pressing over the city and finally spoke. "Noah, When I left you, I thought you were the worst man I'd ever meet. But society proved me wrong. The year I left him, I job hunted with top grades on my resume, only to discover my face mattered more than my skills. Older men, like uncles, pinned me at drinking parties while superiors smiled. My second job at a prestigious company brought rapid promotions, until my boss, Jack, locked me in his office, loosened his tie, and demanded I be sensible. Jack, a sleazy man with a wife and daughter, had tried to ruin me when I resisted him. He framed me as a mistress, destroying my reputation. For 2 months, no opportunities came my way. Noah, I said. Jack had influence. He nearly destroyed my career. 4 years of university, all wasted. His eyes darkened. Fists clenched, teeth gritted. Monster, he muttered. Without protection, beauty had become a curse. The attention was far less dangerous than the daily harassment I endured. I had narrowly avoided assault, refusing to be hunted like prey. My only support, Lucas. Lucas is my rock, I said bitterly. So, Mr. Noah, please have mercy and let me go. Noah's eyes reddened, guilt overtaking him. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have let you go back then. I'll spend the rest of my life protecting you. Whatever Lucas can give, I can too. He produced a gift box from his pocket. I swatted it aside, recognizing the contents. A diamond ring. I admit, at first, I accepted you to get revenge on my second brother. But I truly fell in love. You were my only treasure when I had nothing, the only one willing to devote yourself to me. Those 4 years, I wasn't intentionally ignoring you. I feared falling in love, feared being trapped. My family was vile. I endured, stayed away physically, but wanted to keep you pure. His words were sincere, but I was no longer the naive 18-year-old. When Noah had pretended not to care, he always prioritized self-interest, ego, wealth, opportunity, over me. I laughed bitterly. Noah, I'm pragmatic, you're calculating. We can't be together. Noah's desperation intensified. We can. I'm not like Lucas. I'll be faithful. I had no real feelings for Isabella, and Zoe was only for physical satisfaction. I scolded her and sent her away. Setting Lucas up was wrong. I didn't consider your feelings. I promise I'll change. Can you forgive me? He held me, pleading, but I knew, in every choice, he had thought only of himself. I stroked the diamond ring Lucas had given me. I'm not going back to you. If you can't forget me, find a young girl who looks like me. Noah laughed through tears. Ava, you're cruel. Late that night, there was a knock at the hotel door. Not Lucas, but William, cold, controlled, unwavering. Noah, drunk and messy, laughed loudly, trying to pull me toward him. Mr. William, tell your brother to give my woman back. William looked down at us. Mr. Noah, I've turned a blind eye. But if you continue neglecting your responsibilities and harming the Lucas family's reputation, I won't hesitate to act. A calm, lethal warning. Noah's grip loosened. I seized the chance to break free. Goodbye, I said. My actions spoke louder than words. I followed William downstairs. Lucas is waiting. He feared you wouldn't go with him, so he asked me to come, William said. Relief washed over me. Brother, I came with Noah just to make things clear, I said. William stopped at the corner, his back straight, icy. Take good care of Lucas in the future. He loves you deeply. I love Lucas too, I replied smoothly, reciting lines. William gave a short laugh. Ava, you don't realize it, but the more you like someone, the colder and more resistant you become. I fell silent, choking on the truth of his words. Everyone says Lucas is a playboy, but the one who doesn't take the relationship seriously is you. His insight made me pause. I didn't answer carelessly. He stopped at the stair landing and continued. Back then, when our parents wanted to abort Lucas, I fought to keep him, promising to take care of my brother. Lucas wasn't particularly clever or outstanding. All the family's focus went to me. He began rebelling in his teens, saying he couldn't choose his birth family, only hoping to one day choose his wife. William looked up at me. I know you might not believe it, but Lucas loves you. The words warmed my heart, though I quickly regained my rationality. Brother, Lucas marrying me is only because of that child. William interjected firmly. He defied the whole family to be with you after the miscarriage, but didn't accept Mia, who is pregnant. A man only loves a child when he loves the woman. My throat tightened. Brother, what exactly did Lucas defy? Seeing my shock, William explained, "Initially, no one in the Lucas family wanted to accept you. They strongly opposed it. I promised Lucas could choose the girl he liked, but the social gap was too wide. You were from a single-parent family, seemed cold-hearted. I feared he'd get hurt. But Lucas knelt, cried, even went on a hunger strike, begging our parents to give you a chance. He pleaded with me not to make things difficult, not to hurt you. I know him better than anyone. He's rebellious, but he humbled himself for you because he truly loved you." The realization hit me all at once. I recalled him returning from the family home, saying how warmly Dad, Mom, and William had received me. I had assumed everything had been easily arranged. William continued calmly, "And the matter with Jack? That was Lucas asking me to help you get justice. He said seeing you bullied hurt him deeply." I gripped the stair railing, my stomach twisting. Lucas, that carefree, teasing playboy, had done all of this for me? William gave me a sad look. Perhaps only someone pessimistic like you, or outsiders unaware of the full story, would fail to see the depth of his love. The favoritism I had felt in the past wasn't imaginary. Lucas really cared for me. I walked on, dazed, speechless. Lucas met me at the car. In the passenger seat was a thermal bag with Odin and peach oolong tea. I had been hungry. I ate quietly, mouthful by mouthful. Lucas handed me a tissue, wiping my tears silently. Finally, I asked, "Do you love me?" He hesitated, then answered firmly, "Yes. Women have always chased me, but I only chase the one I like." "Then, why did you keep playing around after we got together?" Lucas looked at me, a mixture of helplessness and sadness in his eyes. "Because you never truly loved me." I froze. He stroked my head gently. "Love involves jealousy, care, possessiveness, pettiness, irrationality. You never managed me, no matter what I did. I understand. You never felt that kind of intense love for me." Everything fell into place. Lucas didn't lack women or wealth. He lacked love. What he needed was the 21-year-old, love-stricken me. The girl Noah had almost destroyed. The current me had long since lost the ability to trust and surrender to love. I cried uncontrollably, asking over and over, "Do you really love me? Even knowing I'm terrible? That I had motives? That I'm a bad person?" Lucas pulled me into his arms. "Ava, I know you're calculating, distant, and still have feelings for another, but it's okay. I love you." All schemes and calculations were powerless against love. True romance could only exist in wealthy families, it seemed. Back at home, I pulled Lucas into the bedroom. That night, the balance shifted. I took control, passionately. He held my waist, emotions blazing. "Ava." My tears soaked into his honey-colored chest. Overwhelming guilt melted away, replaced by love full circle. Those who betray true hearts, first Noah, then me, face consequences. We began truly dating. Mornings were spent walking the dog, cooking, chopping vegetables together. I made cocktails, he played games. We traveled. Urumqi to herd sheep, Norway to see the northern lights. Memories piled up, beautiful and endless. We loved deeply, with no regrets. On a normal morning, I met William to formally end our engagement. My conditions, study abroad and a generous settlement. I could not enter marriage or family with a guilty conscience. Lucas was my best solution, but I wasn't his ideal choice. William insisted on a discussion with both Lucas and me. Midway through, he doubled over in pain, dry heaving. Lucas rushed him to the hospital, eyes red, silent. I quietly followed. Outside William's hospital room, after 857 days of knowing each other, Lucas and I officially parted ways. Soon after, Lucas joined the family company, starting from scratch. His parents introduced him to suitable young women. The day I left the country, snow fell. Noah, long gone, came to see me off, thinner and keeping his distance. The cycle returned to the beginning of our story. "Don't delete me. Send videos when you can," he said. I said okay. Lucas arrived late, placing a hat and scarf over me, eyes lingering on mine. 10,000 meters above the ground, frost traced patterns on the window. I remembered a winter night 2 years prior, when we had just started dating. I had acted willful, disturbing his gathering, demanding he join me for dinner. 15 minutes later, he appeared at the small restaurant I had picked, carrying the scent of cigars, arranging the table carefully and warmly. We each wore one glove from a cheap pair, just over $10. Heavy snow blanketed the world outside. He took my other hand, tucking it into his pocket warm. My heart fluttered quietly, a private rhythm only I could hear, until Rachel suddenly ran over and jumped on his back, breaking the moment.